In anticipation of this year's Super Bowl, we're going to go over the worst injuries from this season. Starting off with Marquese Bell. In Week 11, during a game against the Houston Texans, the Dallas Cowboys safety Marquese Bell suffered a shoulder dislocation while recovering a kickoff. Following the injury, Bell would undergo a season-ending shoulder surgery. Dislocated shoulders tend to tear the stabilizing ligaments in the front of the shoulder, and they need to be repaired in active individuals and especially football players. He should return at the beginning of the next season without issue. At number 5, we have Rashee Rice. The Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice suffered a significant knee injury in Week 4 in a game against the Los Angeles Chargers. Rice suffered a lateral collateral ligament tear in his right knee, and the injury occurred when quarterback Patrick Mahomes attempted to tackle after an interception. He inadvertently collided with Rice's knee, causing the damage. He underwent a successful surgery to repair the lateral collateral ligament as well as a hamstring tendon. The lateral collateral ligament is a critical ligament to stabilizing the outside of the knee as well as the rotation of the knee. It's an unusual injury in isolation, but a full recovery is expected. At number 4, we have Brandon Aiyuk. The San Francisco 49ers wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk suffered an ACL-MCL combined injury in Week 7. He was tackled by 2 Chiefs defenders after a 15-yard reception, causing his knee to bend awkwardly. Following the injury, Aiyuk was ruled out for the remainder of the season. He underwent surgery in December 2024 to repair the ligaments. This is a common but a devastating combination of injuries. It typically occurs when a player takes a low hit to the outside of the knee. The recovery after a combined ACL and MCL injury is more difficult than an isolated ACL, but we anticipate a full return for the beginning of next season. Coming back in at number 3, we have Tua Tagovailoa. The Miami Dolphins quarterback has had widespread concerns about his long-term health and career prospects. In Week 2, in a game against the Buffalo Bills, he suffered his 3rd severe concussion. The injury occurred during a scramble play when he collided with Bills safety Damar Hamlin, resulting in immediate signs of concussion, including posturing and a fencing sign. He missed several games during his recovery and was placed on the injury reserve. Now, some have suggested that Tagovailoa consider retirement to protect his long-term health, citing risks of chronic traumatic encephalopathy with repeated head injuries. Despite these concerns, Tua has expressed commitment to continue playing. Concussions are a major concern in the NFL, with an estimated 150 to 250 per season. The NFL has implemented concussion protocols, evaluations by independent neurologists, and protective equipment such as guardian caps that can be worn in practice. CTE is a chronic progressive disorder that affects emotional, cognitive, and motor function. And number 2, we have Chris Godwin. In Week 7, during a game against the Baltimore Ravens, Godwin dislocated his left ankle in the final minute following a 21-yard reception. This marked the first significant injury of his career. At the time of his injury, Godwin was leading the NFL in receptions as well as yards after catch. Following the injury, Godwin underwent surgery and was placed on injury reserve. This effectively ended his season. Ankle fractures are an uncommon sports injury. They're more often seen in high-speed motor vehicle accidents. This is a difficult injury to recover from, and it will likely have long-term impacts on his joint, but we're hoping for a return for next season. Coming in at number 1 is Aiden Hutchinson. In Week 6, during a game against the Dallas Cowboys, Hutchinson fractured his tibia and his fibula. He was carted off the field and underwent successful surgery. Before the injury, he was leading the NFL with 6.5 sacks per game. Tibia injuries are gruesome, but not uncommon in sports. You can ask Kevin Ware, who had an open tibia fracture in a basketball game as a Louisville player when he landed awkwardly going up for a rebound in a game. The injury is readily treated with a long titanium nail placed down the center of the intramedullary canal of the broken bone. This should go on to lead to a full recovery, and we expect for him to return next season.